You know the feeling. You've got a deadline, that super important document is ready to go, and then it happens. Your printer, the one thing you need to work right now, just flashes some bizarre error code and stops. We've all been there. That feeling is just the worst. But what if that error code isn't just random noise? What if it's actually a secret message? Well, today we're going to play detective and figure out what your printer is really trying to tell you. All right, so let's start with the problem itself. It's something pretty much everyone has experienced. That one single cryptic error that just brings your whole day to a screeching halt. You know, you get a message just like this on that tiny little screen. Printer error, maybe with some random looking code like 0F1, and then it gives you that super helpful advice to turn the power off and on again. It's so vague, it's almost infuriating. So you're left wondering, what's really going on here? Is it something simple, like a paper jam? Is the ink low? Or is this a sign that something way more serious is broken? That's the big question we're going to get to the bottom of. Now, when we see that blinking light of doom, what's the first thing pretty much all of us do? We pull out our phones and head to the internet. And this is what we're going to call level 1 of solving this problem, the online fix. And pretty quickly, you'll find a whole community of helpful people online. You know, the printer guy on YouTube, who seem to have a really simple, straightforward answer. And their diagnosis is almost always the same. You've just got a clogged printhead. And the fix they show you looks easy enough, right? You just use the menu to move the printhead, slide a paper towel under it, and then use a little syringe with some cleaning solution to flush out all that old dried up ink. You pull out the dirty towel, pop in new cartridges, and boom, you're back in business. Or so they say. And hey, for a lot of people, this actually works. It's cheap, it makes you feel like you really accomplished something, and it can save you a ton of money. It feels like you've totally cracked the code. But have you? Really? This is where our little investigation takes a really interesting turn. Because, see, while that online fix might take care of the symptom, the clog, it doesn't really get to what the printer thinks the problem is. It is time to decode the error message. Okay, so this is the absolute key. The internet assumes it's a clogged printhead, but if you dig up the official service manual for that 0F1 error code, you find its real name, PFPID excess load error. Yeah, doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, does it? And it points to a completely different type of problem. To understand what that super technical jargon actually means, we've got to go deeper. And that brings us to level 2, digging into a document that the manufacturers frankly never wanted you to see, the official technician's service manual. Now look at this. The first thing you see is that word, confidential, stamped right on the cover. This is not the friendly little user guide that came in the box. Oh no. This is the master key, the secret blueprint only for certified pros on how to actually diagnose and fix this machine. And when you look inside, the list of possible causes for that excess load error is pretty eye-opening. See, it's not talking about ink clogs at all. It's talking about major mechanical and electrical problems. PF actually stands for paper feed. The printer is trying to tell you that the paper feed sensor might be broken, or the motor is dead, or there's a serious paper jam somewhere deep inside, or maybe a crucial cable just came loose. Do you see what's missing here? Yeah, there's no mention of a clogged printhead. And these images really drive the point home. The error code is pointing to problems deep inside the guts of the machine. The main circuit board, those delicate ribbon cables, the motors, the drive belts, all the stuff that actually makes the paper move. This is a whole different world from just a simple ink clog. And the manual makes it crystal clear. This is not a playground for amateurs. It's packed with warnings you'll never see in a YouTube video. Danger, risk of serious injury or death from electrical shock. Warning, wear protective goggles. Precautions about wearing anti-static wrist straps so you don't fry the electronics. This is serious, serious stuff. So, what are we supposed to do with all this information? Is the YouTube fix a complete sham? Well, not exactly. It's really about knowing when you can do it yourself and when it's time to step back. Let's try to connect these two very different ways of looking at the problem. Here's the thing. The online fix can work. And the reason is that a really, really bad clog can create so much physical gunk and resistance that the printhead carriage literally struggles to move back and forth. the printer's sensors pick up on the struggle, and they interpret it as an excess load on the whole system, which triggers the error. So when you clean out the clog, you get rid of that physical resistance, and the error disappears. You solve the problem, just not the one the printer thought it was having.
And that brings us to the main takeaway. There are really two different levels of repair here. You've got the online fix, low complexity, using simple tools like a syringe, and it's best for basic clogs. Then you have the technician's fix, super high complexity, using specialized tools you've never even heard of, and it's meant for those deep mechanical and electronic failures the error code was actually designed to warn you about.
So the next time your printer flashes one of those frustrating error codes, you'll know that there are actually two stories being told. There's the simple story, a clog that you might just be able to fix yourself with a paper towel. And then there's the hidden, much more complicated story of the machine's inner life. The real question is, which story is your printer trying to tell you?